And you can't expect me to honor that agreement before I had all the information. If you would have come to me and say, Amber, I'm sorry I did this. Sorry I manipulated you. Sorry, this is what they're talking about up there. And these are the things that I did. And I'm sorry I did it. And you made that agreement. That's a different thing. He hid all of that bullshit from you. And he lied to you.
And Amber, like, seriously, of all people, I totally know how you feel. Like, this week, I can't sleep every night. I feel so stupid because of all people in this house to convince me that I can't trust Nick, it's going to be Eric? Are you kidding me? And I believe that because of, like, a couple little things that he said to me. Are you kidding me?
I know, but you guys also believe that I had something to do with getting rid of Nick. You too, Danielle. Like, you really thought that. Like, it's
but
so,
at the same time, Amber, like my whole thing.
You don't understand how mad that makes me, you guys. I just, like,
but my whole
how
thing.
could you guys think that about me? What have I ever done to either one of you guys for you to ever think I would ever fucking try to get Nick out of here? Like, are you kidding me?
I came to you right afterwards. Right afterwards. I came downstairs and I pulled you into the round room. Right afterwards, and I talked to you, and I told you
after the meeting, after people fucking, you know, stuck up for me. But prior to that, look at you. Listen, look at you out here. I'm like, why am I being ignored? And you're like, you were outed, or Eric was outed, and you're in the middle. How am I in the middle?
And when we
how is she not in the middle? How is Jamaica? How was it me?
Listen, when we were talking, that's when all the information, more information is coming out, and that's when we're talking about you and how you could be involved, or if you were involved in everything else. And I wanted to get all of the facts straight before anything.
But it wasn't just that, Amber. It was at the same time, like, all of a sudden, you know, when Eric started flipping out, and after this whole thing, that it's just that you two.
The fucking banner.
Well, what I mean is just that, honestly, like, what he says all the time, he says perception is everything in this house. And I'm being completely honest from my personal opinion. Right after all of that, you two, like, cling together so tight, and you guys were just so tight. I know, but for us to see that, it's like we don't know what to think of that.
The banner, the way that I took it and the way that she took it was, you and Eric were lying to Nick. It had nothing to do with anything else. Lying to Nick. And we sat there upstairs and said, we're all going to handle it however we want to handle it. And I assumed that you decided just to lie to him. And
no, I told him I wanted to talk to him, and that was the day in the storage that we talked. But when he came into the gym and he was talking to me, I was on the treadmill one day.
I was just telling
he's like, I would think I have the votes, and I'm like, yeah. And it wasn't the right place to tell him. And I said, he goes, I think I have you. I would think I know I have you, Dick and Danielle. I would think I have Jamaica, and I know I have Zach. And he goes, that's 5. I think I have the votes to stay. And I go, yeah.
Yeah,
and
you should have.
And I go, but I want to talk to you. And he goes, that's not. He looked at me and goes, that's not a good thing. And I go, it's not a good thing. And I go, I want to talk to you tomorrow. And then we didn't talk the next day. And then we talked the day before. We went
I talked to him and I told him.
But I know, but I wanted to talk to him.
Who would? Do you?
And then I felt bad to talk to him.
Who do you think was the vote?
Eric.
Who do you think was the vote the week before? Me too.
But why do you think was the vote this week?
And there is a reason behind it.
Huh?
Eric set up Nick the first time.
Why do you think was the vote this week?
Why do I think?
Yeah.
What do you mean, why do I think was the vote?
Why do you think Eric voted that way this week?
To try to tear the group up.
To set up who? To set up me. Because if I didn't get HOH, Amber, who would have been the easiest one to blame? It would have been me. And then when I got HOH, he didn't know who to blame.
No, it was me. He was wanting to blame me because he even said, he told Jen, or somebody, I don't know, Jen told me everybody said to her that, why wasn't Amber crying when she came out after she casted her vote? Well, that just looks fishy. Who said that?
If you can even tell yourself,
heard that too.
Yeah, but if you can even tell yourself that Eric set you up, it was either you or me, and you know for a fact that he did it, Amber. Why would you keep him in this house? Why would you do that?
I don't want to. I just feel bad I said that about my daughter.
I know,
like, that's so mean. I don't know what
Amber,
to do.
Amber, at the same time,
not mean.
You didn't have, it's not, because you didn't have all the facts.
What's mean is what he did, not what you're doing.
I know, but I feel bad that I swore on my daughter. Like, I'm so annoyed that I said that. I'm so annoyed.
You promise your vote to a politician, then you find out that the politician is totally corrupt and been lying and been stealing from your daughter's children's girls fund, whatever the fuck. And this local politician, then because you promised your vote to him, you're still going to vote for him, even though you found out all this stuff afterwards? Bullshit. Eric is good with his words. Eric's a good manipulator.
I know.
Eric has been watching these reality shows since they came on TV. He knows how to work it.
His major is TV. He explained that to people yesterday, is that his communications major is TV. He knows everything about TV. He's been working everyone in this house since day one. Hands down, Amber.
The second day in here, He wanted to get rid of Nick.
Yeah,
he was talking to me about getting rid of Nick.
Because he sees Nick as a threat. And hands down, you know, yeah, it sucks that I had to be the person to bring all this out. And, you know, they're in there and they're like, well, what if you're wrong? What if you don't have the votes to get Eric out of the house? I'm sorry, but that's a risk that I'm willing to take. That's just a risk that I'm willing to take because I know it's the right thing to do. And I know that everybody needs to know this. Eric is the #1 threat in this house. And he's been manipulating and twisting everyone's words since day one. And I'm sorry, it sucks that it has to be.
Why, when you were up on that bat thing and you said that everything was coming together right then about
Eric?
Well, and me.
No,
Eric. About Eric.
She came
Amber,
to me.
I ran up to him afterwards
me.
and I took him in that corner and I was bawling my eyes out. And I looked at him and I said, I'm putting Jen and Kale up, but they're not the ones that I want to go home. I know who's been doing all of this and I want that person to go home even more. And he looks at me, he's like, whoa, we need to talk about this,
yeah.
like flipping out. And as soon as
So when you went upstairs and you were talking in front of the group, you're like, Jen and Kale, I want Jen out of here. That was all a lie.
Yeah.
Because she wanted to find out more information and make sure.
Amber, if the POV was not used, I couldn't tell anybody. Because if Eric and all them found out that I was really like after him.
Look at how it is now.
Yeah, look at Dustin and everybody now. Dustin's like, there's a line in the sand. You need to pick sides. This has absolutely nothing to do with sides, and that's why I'm getting so upset.
And this has nothing to do with Dustin. There's something going on between Eric and Dustin.
I think Eric just gets in his ear and says,
no, there's
like
alliance.
Eric. Look what
Eric.
Eric.
Alliance with Eric and Dustin.
I don't think so.
Yes, there is. There was an.
Why would he be threatening?
No, because Eric's. No, there's not. Because Dustin.
Eric.
Bullshit.
You weren't in with anything?
I swear to God, like that.
I'm not accusing you. I'm saying
you guys
told us
what?
the same thing.
Everybody will see when this is all done. I have not lied once.
It was just
the only
a question.
thing that I know, but like,
I'm surprised.
Question.
Listen.
Look how he even said
I'm
that
surprised because there was a talk with me and Danielle and Jessica and Eric.
Amber, his whole thing is all he's saying is that Eric has a deal, a final 4 with every single scenario of group of people.
Dustin and Eric are not having an alliance because Dustin is considering getting rid of Eric.
Then why isn't he? Why is he swearing up and down to Kale?
People?
And why is he telling them?
To Dustin tonight.
But why is Dustin going? You know, you can't trust of all people. You can't trust
Amber,
us. Don't get caught on the other side of the fence. Stay with the majority. He's threatening Zach.
Remember what I told you yesterday about how Dustin's been treating me so rudely? Every time that I came out of here and entered that room yesterday, he was making these faces at me, and when I turn around, he'd walk behind me and make fun of me, and then I enter the room and he goes, oh, look, as if it's America's little sweetheart. I've never done anything to Dustin. I walked out here and he goes, do you want to talk? And I said no, and my eyes started watering because I've never done anything to Dustin whatsoever, and for him to treat me like that, Amber, like, what did I ever do to you? I don't understand. Like,
and I told you, why would he be running around saying you can't trust the Donatos? What does that have to do with anything?
I don't
and
know.
why is that
I don't know. The only thing I could think is Eric has told him things that you guys have said about him, and I don't know.
Eric is a liar.
But Eric's the one who said stuff about you and Dustin. And
Amber,
you know that we're not lying about that.
I know, but what am I supposed to do, you guys? Okay,
talk to him.
So
talk to Eric.
So I vote Eric out of here. Okay, so I vote Eric out of here. Then what? You're going to put Dustin up next week. That's like my closest ally.
Doesn't matter get HOH or anything else.
It doesn't matter. Like, Dustin feels safer, obviously, with Eric than he does you guys.
Maybe Dustin should have a talk with me and be honest with me
something?
for a fucking change. Instead of telling me that I should trust him and then in the next breath go to Danielle and ask her to put me up. How would you feel?
Amber?
How would you feel if I went to Dustin and he was HOH and I told him to put you up? How would you feel about it?
Amber,
would you be able to trust him?
Of all people, you know that I know how you feel. I lost the one person that I trusted the most, and the only person that I pretty much talked to in this house. You know for a fact if Dustin's gone in this house, it's not like you don't have anybody.
I know, but he has my back, you guys. You guys don't. He does, and I know it. And it's like how am I?
We're not talking about getting rid of Dustin here. We're talking about getting rid of Eric.
I know, but if I vote to get rid of Eric, and Dustin, if I vote to get rid of Eric and Eric goes, then you just said to me a minute ago you're going to put Dustin up next week. Okay. Dustin, I think, feels safer to keep Eric in this house to watch his back as opposed to you.
Yeah,
and
just like Dustin had no reason to worry about me whatsoever before 2 days
ago.
None.